Hey, hi y'all. It's a bitterly cold day here in the South in North Carolina. Um, we got a bunch of Canadian air that has made things very cold. So I'm a little bundled up today. It's an awesome sweater though, right? um, so today I want to talk about the um, gratefulness that kind of started me on this journey back to finding God and deciding who she is within myself. And yeah, so I had joined a book club. One of my friends had invited me to a book club, The Spiritual Gangsters, on Facebook. It's called something something, Spiritual Gangsters, whatever. But I had joined it. There was this book we were supposed to be reading that was truly all about gratefulness and the magic that gratefulness provides. Um, just in changing the thought process. So because of that book, I started reading it. I had talked with another friend of mine, and we were going to read that book together also. And I really felt like it was something really good to do, and with others in real life as well, not just virtually through Facebook. Although yeah, all those other people are real too. Anyway, um, so he ended up buying the first book in the series as well, and because we were reading the second book, and he gave me the first book and I started reading that. I never finished the second book actually. I will get back to it hopefully. But the first book was just incredible. It filled in all these gaps that I was having from the second book. And it was all about the law of attraction and how we manifest our life and our wants, our desires. But it all starts up here. So as I, was looking at that and reading it, I could really believe it, because I had done an online course with flyingfreenow.com, which is Natalie Hoffman's online course for women of women of faith, in emotionally abusive relationships. So when I was, trying to heal from my past marriage, I had taken one of her courses. Well, I did the online course, the subscription, and actually did a course. And she called it rewiring your mind and rewiring your thoughts. So I had some experience already. I just hadn't applied it to all of these other aspects of my life and really didn't even know that I could do that. I had never thought about that. So reading this book about the law of attraction, I, was learning all of these things and learning about, my higher power. They called it the universe, and the connection that we have, and all of these truths that I had been raised with, but had come to not really believe it. Um, like, I always felt like religion was just this thing of control over us, was not always. I had come to believe this, that it was just a power over structure, and it really was not useful in this modern day. And I had become very agnostic and just really doubted beliefs, and there was no way to prove this higher power, right? So when I started thinking about that and changing my thoughts to align with this vibration that I know is here, this sense within us that calls for a higher power, that acknowledges it, whether I want to acknowledge it or not. So I started listening to motivational speeches, reading, Googling everything I possibly could about this. And I was driving home from work one day, and the sun's, coming in the window. It's a beautiful fall North Carolina day, and it's really warm. I can feel the sun like being just absorbed into my skin. I have this thing about the sun, by the way, and I will get into that as, it's just another kind of thing, a separate But I have this very strong attachment, sentimental attachment to the sunlight and the warmth of it, and how that in and itself makes me feel. It's a good thing. And the sun's coming in, and Oprah comes up on the next, audio that I'm listening to, and she's doing a motivational speech. And she's talking about a higher power and meditation, and the space she takes to meditate and connect and be one with her higher power. It was really incredible, actually, because I was raised that, all these secular people, you can't trust them. They don't know what they're talking about. They are heathens. We don't listen to them, per se. Oprah was never a good person when I was growing up. So this is kind of still ingrained in me. And as I'm listening to Oprah, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I was taught what a heathen she is. But she's saying exactly what I need to hear. It's like God opened her mouth and said, hey, Esther, this is for you. And Oprah's going to tell you. So Oprah says, she's talking about the space that she takes, and that God is love, and this inner vibration of love. And when we open our mouth to speak to our higher power, the words on our lips, the only words, should be thank you, gratefulness. Now, I had started keeping a gratefulness journal, and I was trying to write down 5 things that I'm grateful for right now. Living in abundance, being grateful right now. And I took that with me, and I'm continuing to, of course, of how much I have to be grateful for. My higher power, my God within me, in every fiber of my being, just wants gratefulness. Not for her benefit, but for mine. See, we know it is better to give than it is to receive. But in giving, we are receiving. It's the law of the universe. It is the law of attraction. It is biblical. I don't know that it's in every other religion because I've not studied religions, but I believe it probably is. Because we see this and we talk about this and all these things and it's really just the law of attraction. So I started thinking, these are biblical truths. How much else is truth in that Bible? And I started reading it again. Now, I've memorized tons and tons and tons and tons of scripture, more than I even could quantify at this point, but it didn't stick until after that motivational speech from Oprah. And I started opening the Bible again, and I'm reading these verses that there's truth in them. There's something to it. Seek and you shall find. Ask and it shall be given unto you. And the gratefulness that comes from that. So what I feel in myself, deep in my bones, is this gratefulness, thankfulness for what my higher power, is doing for me. But it's not just what she's doing for me. It's what I get to do with this information. What I get to manifest with this information. Because we're all one. We're all spiritual beings. And I can do whatever I want. The sky's the limit. It's really something. I'll stop there for today. I hope that was interesting for you as part of my little blurb on my gratefulness aspect of this transforming journey that I'm on. Um, I hope you'll subscribe and keep following my journey. Don't forget to hit the little bell, the notification bell, so you can keep getting my videos. Bye, y'all.